Hello, and welcome to the Steve and Mark Discuss podcast, where my associate here, Steve, will bring up a subject. We can all listen to it intently for a few minutes, and then I'll comment. So, over to Steve.
Hi, people. This podcast has a lot to do with our previous, one of our previous podcasts of last week. Julia McFadden, if you recall, is the lady who works at the Los Angeles hospice, watching old people die, and she enlightened us about the deaths there. In the last of this series, if you like, this is the second one, and this time we're going to talk about the body, what the rest of the body and the body shutting down as you're coming towards the end of life. So a quick list of what we do when we die, or what we don't do when we die. So we crap ourselves just to try and keep it polite. We foam at the mouth. We grind our teeth. We scream, and we froth at the mouth, and we growl. She says that once the interior muscles start to relax, these muscles, like we have one here at the top of the stomach. It's a valve, our famous sphincter, which we have. I think we have various of those, and they control all the body fluids inside our system. And once they start to relax, the fluids which are still working, our acids in the stomach are still breaking down our last meal. They can come back up again. They can come back up, and which makes the elderly pre-death patient froth at the mouth. She says when that happens, you're supposed to sit them at 90 degrees, or turn if they're laid down, turn them on the sides. If not, they're going to drown in their own stomach acids, etc. That's when people take the last breath. Some people also defecate at this time. And sometimes she also identified the grinding of teeth, the screaming, or like a yell. And she came out with this little gem, making the face. It looks like they're yelling or screaming, but nothing comes out. And she said the silent scream, which I thought was quite chilling for me. That's what your silent scream is.
Yes.
She says death is a messy process, and if you're accompanying the person until they actually die, many doctors give you a sponge, bedpan, and towels to clean up any mess, which there will be. Which there will be.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So you're going to have a sponge and give Granny a good sponging down, and clean her important bits, I suppose you'd call them, or not so important bits anymore, and then change your bed sheets, I suppose.
Yeah.
The silent scream. I checked silent scream in the dictionary, and the silent scream is apparently officially in the dictionary is when you see something that irritates you, but you don't say anything. You just feel pent up inside.
Yeah.
That is what the Collins English Gem Dictionary tells you.
Yeah.
But I think this silent scream, the one that nobody hears because it's your last try with the world, is a lot more interesting to. I don't know why it's not in the dictionary. I think that would be an excellent meaning of the word.
Yeah.
Well, but there you are. That's what happens to us as we are dying. She's doing this because she's trying to remove the stigma of death. Of death.
Well, yeah.
We mentioned in another podcast how the generations are not keeping up with the elderly. So there's going to be an awful lot of this, stomach fluids coming back up to frothing of mouths and to teeth grinding and screams until the silent scream in the future, in the not so distant future. And so there you have it. That's what happens as we die.
Oh, right.
Over to you.
Okay. Well, yeah, we're recording this in the morning, not long before dinner time. Lunchtime for us, yeah. Now I can break this down to things I was thinking is, yes, I mean, we somehow have a stigma about death, and whereas other cultures didn't. I mean, if you study the Incas and mummification, they did. They kept their dead around them. They were sort of, yeah. I mean, the other cultures did other things to Granny and everyone else when they died, apparently. But yeah, I mean, it's what we call the circle of life. Yes, I mean, dying with dignity. Yeah, I mean, I've had relatives of mine, elderly, who have, you see them coming to the end. I've never been there when someone's died. Other relatives of mine have. Obviously, I live the other side of the world and probably not going to be available when that does happen. Yeah, now I've heard about, obviously the body shuts down, and it's like anything else. That's what it's going to do. It starts to deteriorate quite rapidly. Yeah, it's all dealt with. It's finished with. It almost eats itself, destroys itself.
It's funny because it could be a very fine line between life and death. I'm not sure how long the shutting down process happens. It's that exact point between you're in your last breath and you're dead.
Well, I mean, I mean, this is why they just, when you're on the life support machine, which I've had relatives on, and somebody makes the decision to take it off, which isn't strictly speaking euthanasia, because once you come off the life support machine, you're dead anyway. You're dead when you're on it, in effect.
Yeah, sure. No, but we're talking about natural death here.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's a natural death. It's a natural death, and
it's the process. The process.
Yeah, the process of it. So obviously, your body is deteriorating quite rapidly at that point. I imagine whether there's a message from the brain or something else. I think this is what they're trying to sort out. What is the point of death? Yeah, I mean, obviously, when somebody gets old. I mean, we feel it now. We're middle-aged. That maybe we've got a few crinks and clanks in us, but we're not a death's door, as it were. Hopefully, we've got another 30, 40, even 50 years. Hopefully,
I doubt it.
Well,
I hope God's listening to you.
Well, as I've heard it said many times, no one gets out alive.
No.
Yeah. What's it say? The end of a successful marriage always ends with a death. Yeah. Anyway, getting back to the main point. Yeah, I mean, now I've heard about this death stare as well, and I think I watched a video, but I've certainly read some things quite recently about it as well. Not even the past week or last week, but not. You're talking about
the death stare or the silent scream.
Oh, sorry, the silent scream. Yes. People have seen it, and I believe I saw a report. I've seen people actually report. I've just seen the death. Somebody, I think, is on a video I watched. There's actually a woman, a young lady, who does a series of videos about all these phenomena, and she said, I think she said, an old lady who's just said, I've just seen the devil. But what the devil looks like, I don't know. I've never seen one, not knowingly anyway. Yeah, I mean, we've got our depictions of the guy in red with, who knows, but yeah, I mean, there must be something quite horrendous or bad. I mean, I'm going to be quite honest here. I'm going to get quite a thing. Even our perception of angels might not be the nice, cozy, humanoid forms we know. How could that logically be? So somebody could be seeing an angel to take them or guide them and mistaking it for something, or just like that. So it might not always be terror. I mean, obviously, unless
I think that human nature is to survive.
Yeah, of course it is.
And I think that in your last throes of life, your body is not going to want to give up that easy. No. And I think that that's why you get the yells and the you get the yells and the screams. And I think that when you get the silent scream, or when you have the silent scream, that means that the body, it doesn't allow you not even to move your vocal cords.
Yeah, but I mean, that's it. Your brain wants to keep going. I mean,
that's right.
Even though
so it's not necessarily it's not necessarily horror, but it's fighting against the death. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, but it says a reporting that this person managed to speak to the attendant and said, "I've just seen the devil," or something like that. I mean, it's on a video I saw. Now, these people wouldn't make these things up, obviously.
No.
And people see things. I don't know people's religious backgrounds or anything else. I mean, how do we know? Yes, I mean, it's what we said last week. How would we know what a dead person is seeing, their reaction? I mean, our brains are shutting down and probably, like you say, fighting to stay alive at the same time. So it would be hallucinogenic as well. Maybe if you have something in your mind that you've done something in the past, it might not even be that serious, but when you know what happens and you think, I wish I'd have done a better thing in my life, or not hurt this person or hurt that person. I don't think I've got that, but there might be things that are hidden that come to people's mind in the last moments, so therefore they're going to see something they think will happen. It's a very, very, I mean, dying is an emotional process. You're moving over into something else or nothing at all, whatever, depending on what your viewpoint is. Yes, I'm a Christian who might admit the possibility that there isn't anything after this. Who knows? Now, for the great mystery, I've heard atheists say on the deathbed, or heard of atheists who just before they died said, now for the big mystery. The hanging on to life, the desire. No one wants to die. Well, very few people I know. How many people can, we want to survive as long as we can. We want to live to be 100 if we can. Quality of life aside. It's like, I know somebody that is 100, nearly 101. Okay, they're not going to run a marathon, but they're quite happy and content in their life they have. Quite incredible, very lucid, sees everything around, smiles when their family are about. Maybe that keeps them going instead of being shut in a room somewhere. It's awful to, I mean, we all fear it. Death is something we all fear. I'd like to believe there's something, and I'm going to get into this now. I'd like to believe there's something beyond this, which is what ties in with you, that this gripping onto life, but I don't know. Nobody's successfully come back and informed us yes or no. Well, apart from if you believe Jesus and Jesus Christ and the kingdom of heaven or other prophets, but
whatever their gods are.
No. So moving on for it. I mean, yes, it's desire for life, and I think you've probably hit it there. It's this desire to hang on to life whatever your beliefs about the afterlife is.
Until the very last drop.
Yeah, I mean, at what point? Yeah, that's it. I'm gone. I'm gone.
Yeah.
So hopefully for us both, Steve, we won't be finding out for quite a few years yet.
Yeah, let's wait and see, or not, as the case may be.
Well, okay. Yeah, I might video you in your last breath if I have the opportunity.